we move on to react to some of the top soccer headlines going on in the soccer world. We got to start off with Pepe. Pepe has announced his retirement from football, aged 41. He was the oldest player to play at the European Championship Finals when they were eliminated by France in that quarterfinal game in penalty shootouts. You saw him, the emotions after the game, which could have been a telltale because we've hardly seen those sort of emotions from Pepe ever. He was very, very emotional. And it was, it could have been a tell, but yes, he's been a legend for Real Madrid, for Portugal, even for Porto. Um, he's been an absolute legend. The consistency, the longevity, it's been brilliant. 141 caps that he's had for Portugal. Only Ronaldo and João Matinho have more caps, and what he's been able to do for Real Madrid, it's been amazing. He's a European champion with Portugal, winning in Euro 2016, being the catalyst at the back for them. In 2016, he also won 3 Champions Leagues and 3 La Liga titles at Real Madrid when he was there for 10 years. He said, Pepe did, I can't help but thank all the presidents who bet and believed in me to be able to perform my work. To all the employees of all the clubs I've been to, who are the soul and essence of the clubs and the national teams. And I want to thank everyone in the background. I want to leave a thank you and a hug of gratitude for all of you. Pepe has accomplished a lot. Pepe has a lot of accolades. Told you about him being the oldest player to play at a European Championship. He also became the oldest goal scorer in Champions League when he scored against Antwerp in the group stages at last year's editions of the Champions League. He played 334 games for Real Madrid when Real Madrid were the European dominant team. We know what Pepe was in terms of the not discipline issues, because he didn't have off the field issues, but I'm talking about on the pitch discipline issues, having an extremely amount of high red cards and some big red cards too. I remember one of the biggest ones is came in that 2014 World Cup opening game of the group stages. They're down to Germany 2-0, and around the 35th minute or so, he gets into the face of Thomas Muller, kind of headbutts him. Thomas Muller was on the ground and gets a red card there. Sort of moments like that, a lot of rash moments that he's done throughout his career. Him and Ramos, but him to a little bit of a bigger extent. But he's been an absolute legend. He's one of the best center backs of all time. He's had multiple times of being in the best 11. He goes down as one of the best Portuguese players of all time. And yeah, and to show the impact he's had, there's been so many players that came out and reacted. Luka Modric saying legend, Bruno Alves saying the best center back in history of Portugal. James coming out saying something of that extent. Jose Fonte, thanks for everything, friend. It was a pleasure and honor to have played alongside you. I'm so proud to have done a double. Sen Kutulson saying thank you for your amazing career, legend. Anderson Talisca, not even players that didn't play for him. A lot of players came out, with positive, sort of comments to Pele. And then Ronaldo, who actually was able to pay tribute to on social media, saying there are not enough words to express how much you mean to me, friend. We won everything there was to win on the field, but the greatest achievement is the friendship and respect I have for you. You are unique, my brother. Thank you so much. and they have a very great relationship. Pepe and Ronaldo has had. So it's sad to see a legend go and retire, but it's been coming now. He's 41 years old, and what he's been able to accomplish has been great. And now he gets to settle down and gets to live with his family, and that's really the life after football that we all want to get to. Um, Thierry Henry, he actually in a or not press conference, but looking ahead to the final, in a press conference, um, he's shown a little bit of personality. He's never really shown personality as a player, in terms of emotion, but you see that here when Thierry Henry uh, spoken about this game. He said, "When we decide to be together, we are unstoppable, no matter the outcome of a match or support." And that I think we needed after what happened a little bit before the competition. Um, he didn't exactly uh, specify what he was talking about, but there was obviously a lot of political issues that's been going on in France over the past 2 weeks or so, and yeah, but continue to speak about that. He said, "As I often say, when we know how to come together to unite, we are still not bad, and when we have then we have a beautiful country." I can't compare. No, that's not what I wanted to say. Speaking after the game against Egypt in the semifinal, he said, "I've never had my kids at my stadium looking at me with my team, because when I got my kids, I was almost at the end of my career. So having them around is something I've never felt before, never experienced, and I experienced a lot. The possibility to see my kids sharing that moment with me and everybody and friends, that beats everything for me, and it's the Olympic Games in your country. So if you're not emotional with that, then you have a problem." And they'll have a chance to make history tomorrow, or yeah, make history tomorrow. So we'll see. Atalanta, Atalanta has signed Retegui from Genoa. Atalanta have signed the Italian forward. He was involved for Italy at this European Championship. It's around 28 million euros. Retegui has been looked at as one of the more one of the more better prospects coming for Italy and Italian national team. And yeah, it's really important for them. Former African football president Issa Hayatou has passed away. He's actually been FIFA's president as well on an interim basis after the arrest during the corruption scandal. Issa Hayatou has passed away. Sad news there coming out of Paris. MLS terminates contract of Cincinnati's Aaron Bopenez, Bopendensa. Bopensa. The league didn't disclose a reason for this, but it was reported that Bopendensa did not fulfill his contractual obligations. So he has been let go. Man United, they take on Manchester City in the Community Cup final, Community Shield, this Saturday. And Ten Hag came out saying they have some defensive issues, which is interesting because that kind of contradicts what he said a few days ago when he says there's no issues at this club when it comes to the center half positions. It's interesting, this guy in press conferences. One day he says something, the other day he just completely contradicts it. It's actually very funny. It's really funny, but we'll see how they're able to do in the Community Cup, Community Shield. We'll actually be discussing that game tomorrow. Everton, this is going to be their final season at Goodison. It's been 100% completed, and they're going to seek a more level-headed season in this final season at Goodison. So that's going to be an interesting storyline to see throughout the season, because this is going to be their good farewell to Goodison, a stadium with a lot of history. So that's going to be really, really good. Arsenal coach has hired professional pickpocketers to teach his Arsenal squad a lesson. Arteta, he has some interesting things that he's done. We saw it during the documentary, but he has revealed that he's gotten pickpocketers to come in and during the lunch or dinner and all that, or during dinner. And Arteta has asked the players to empty their pockets after dinner, with the team finding some of their personal effects missing. The boss unveiled that he got pickpocketers to go to the squad and to sneakily steal some stuff so that they can to teach them a lesson that they need to be alert and prepared at all times over this upcoming campaign. That's very interesting thing there. I've never seen that before, but we'll see if that works. Who knows? Thank you guys for tuning in to the GSMC Soccer Podcast presented by the GSMC Sports Network. Your support means a lot to us, so please remember to subscribe to the show and leave a positive review. It really does make a difference. We also invite you to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram for more content and updates. Thank you once again. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.
That day, yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet. Damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go.